What's up, Pittsburgh? How are we doing tonight? I'm Lawrenceville. I love it over here. I live in Southside. This is like I'm safe. You're talking about Mother's Day a little bit earlier. I started off by talking about my mom a little bit. She's a school nurse. It's a very admirable job. But we were having a real chat the other day, and she let it slip to me that for the past 10 years, she's been using me as the example when she gives the sex ed talk. It's a bad look for me. Because that means out in Eastern PA, there's like 2,000 or 3,000 kids. For the first time they ever heard about a wet dream, they thought about my face. I can never go back to that school again. I can't go drop off for lunch one day, so I'm just going to walk through those hallways and lock eyes with the kid. And they're going to look at me and think, oh, there's that kid that comes in his sleep. I didn't go to that high school because of the whole cum thing. I went to a different high school. We're from a less than woke area, I'd say, out in Eastern PA, where she worked at the charter school and I worked at the public school where I went there. And it was called the Neshaminy School District, which is named after the Native American tribe that used to occupy our area. Don't know what happened to them, but in honor of that, our high school mascot was and still is the Redskin. And it was so bad my senior year I actually competed in a competition called Mr. Redskin. Yeah, thank God I lost that one. I can't be putting that on my resume. My girlfriend's also a nurse, so I'm surrounded by them. And we were texting during her shift the other day, and she let me know that she got to go home early because her patient died. And I don't know if they thought that policy all the way through. Because I've had a lot of times at work where I've thought to myself, I would kill to go home right now. But I work in an office, and if the lady in the desk over from me died, you get to go home early too. You can get up next Tuesday for the viewing. But I just turned 23. It's a weird age, because they say your brain's still developing until you're 25. And that makes a lot of sense to me, because like every couple days, like something will click for me the first time. Like I think I just figured out symbolism the other day. Because I remember back in high school, the English teacher in the book that we're reading would talk about how the protagonist saw like some blue curtains. And that's supposed to mean they're sad, because blue is supposed to be a sad color. And that always made me so mad, until I came home from work a few days ago, saw my room's messy, then I saw my shitty blue IKEA curtains. And I thought to myself, man, I really do want to die. But it's also this weird age, because like once you turn 21, it's like your last big milestone. So you start to look up what you get each year as you start to turn older. At 22, you get nothing, 3, 4, all nothing. But at 25, you can rent a car for a whole lot cheaper, which is nice. And then at 26, you lose your parents' health insurance. Which means you have about a 1-year period where you can rent a car and crash it and have your parents pay for your medical bills. I worked at Joseph Bank this summer. I was slinging suits, and it was a great job. I love the folks I work with. They're like most of these 2 older gay managers there, like 60 years old plus. And I feel like there's a big divide between old gay people and new gay people. Like they got their right to get married a couple of years ago and kind of stopped fighting there. Like they've never been to a parade or anything. They're not with the LGBTQ mindset. It's more like LG, and once you get to B, they'll stop you and say pick a side. They're great suits. They're great suits. And we sold a lot of suits there, we really did. And my favorite type of guy would be a customer coming in, needing a black suit for a funeral. And we always start off with, when do you need it for? And they'd respond, I don't know, the person hasn't died yet. And that puts us in a weird spot, because what do you say to that? I usually worked out with, I'm sorry for your expected loss. And usually the guy's on hospice or something real sad. But I'm just waiting for a customer to come in and say, I don't know, I just got a bad feeling. My buddy's got a bike, he's making some bad choices. But we actually got accused of fat shaming a guy this summer. Real big dude came in, put the biggest suit in the store on him, didn't fit, took him to DXL, the big and tallest on the road. And all really went well until the next day, we got a call from customer service saying they had their lawyer write a letter to us accusing us of fat shaming them, as we treated them with disgust and disdain in our voices. Don't worry though, they settled out of court for a $50 gift card. That's beside the point, they still can't buy anything in the store. Like that gift card might as well be a Blockbuster gift card for them. Like you want to come in and get a pair of socks? I'm sorry, we don't sell compression socks here. Anybody here watch Drake and Josh growing up? You got a young crowd? Don't be too excited. Don't get touchy here. Because I saw actor Drake Bell, he got charged and prosecuted with endangering a minor. Who cares? But it is an ambiguous charge. Like maybe he was like driving a kid around without a seatbelt, or like he gave a joint to a 15-year-old. But no, he's actually sexting with a 15-year-old, which is arguably less cool. And because of that, he's got to do a short stint in prison afterwards to register as a sex offender. That means it only took him 10 years to go from yelling at Megan to Megan's Law. Thank you. That would hurt. I know. So we'll keep it rolling with the pedo stuff. Because I found out one of the kids that I grew up with got arrested for being a pedophile. They got locked up. And I only discovered he was like 5 or 6 years old. He was on my t-ball team and all that good stuff. So when I think of him, my only memories are just being a kid, running around at the park, having a good time. And my only fear is that he remembers me that same way too. So those are good memories for me. They're like really good memories for him. Anybody here like to donate their blood?
No.
I don't, good, because I don't believe in it. I think it's a scam. Because I found out if you go to the hospital after donating blood and you need blood, you still have to pay for it. There's no like take a penny, leave a penny system for bags of blood. And back in high school, we did these blood drives. Based on the entire premise, it's better to sit in the gym for an hour with a needle on your arm, rather than sitting through history class. Now, I haven't seen the show, but I'm pretty sure that's just an episode of Euphoria. You do it for free, you get nothing out of it. Meanwhile, I got a friend who got offered $5,000 to be a sperm donor for a lesbian couple. $5,000. To me, it only seems cost-effective to start doing cum drives instead of blood drives. Just think it's the same setup, you're in a church basement. Instead of the American Red Cross, you got the Doctors Without Boundaries there. Get your own little private booth, you get snacks, maybe you can pass out too if you got to eat before. But it makes me think, like, what types of people should be allowed to donate their sperm and which ones shouldn't? Because my friend, he was a real degenerate when he got offered all that money. So, like, think for example, priests. Like, should they be able to sell their sperm?
No.
No? But what if it's for a good cause?
Still no.
What if it's to help feed hungry children? I'm gonna leave on that. Thank you guys. Have a great week. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Great cooking. You walk right into it.
That's hilarious, man. Ray was talking about